Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Let me give you the situation in plain English for those of y'all who don't know. You've obviously been sleeping underneath a rock. Papoose, married. Remy still his wife. Simple. The status, not fully together publicly, but they're not officially divorced. Meanwhile, you got Claressa Shields who enters the picture. So, the translation, this is not a triangle, folks. This shit, the more, y'all know I try to stay away from it, but you know I can't. I get drawn back into the bullshit. This is a Rubik's Cube with emotions. Now with me, when I'm watching Papoose, just feels like he's on eggshells, man. He's got to be on eggshells. After I watched that damn little clip with Claressa Shields speeding in her Corvette, raging at Remy, raging, just going off, talking all kind of craziness. I said, Papoose, man, you know, I don't see how he's doing it. This man might as well have been a damn trapeze artist the way he's out here with this balancing act, you know what I'm saying? The vibe I get from Papoose is like every word matters. Every single post matters. Every interview, potential chaos. And you saw that. That's why I don't think he's showing up in these interviews with Claressa. He realized from that Breakfast Club interview, like, I can't do this shit again. And I can't go on an interview with her because she's going to say something and draw attention to me. And I don't want to be in the spotlight. Well, guess what? You win it. He's moving like shit. If I say the wrong thing, my life turns into a podcast topic tomorrow. You got cats out here just making up stuff. It doesn't take much of anything. It's like somebody going in there, man, okay, there's no milk. All right, we ain't eating cereal. Nah, we're going to put water on these cornflakes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that little bit of orange juice, man, nah, it's just a little corner left in there. Add some water to it, shake it up. He's like, these people on the internet know how to stretch shit. And I can't give them anything, turning my life into more podcast topics. I ain't doing it. But, you know, it's going to keep happening because he's still legally married. You know what I mean? It's not going anywhere. That's the big, when it comes to Claressa, Papoose, Remy, the main topic point is the fact that he's still married to Remy and Claressa is out here, you know, thinking he's going to divorce her, thinking he's going to give her a child. Pap is not going to come out here and disrupt his household with Remy. He's not doing that. Not for Claressa. You know, even if he's separated, right? Okay? People need to understand this. There's still legal ties that exist. Financial implications exist. Public perception matters. Now, you know, just sitting back watching the way he moves and Remy moves, when it comes to the legalities, you can tell they don't want no BS, man. So they're going to sit there, man. They're going to take as long as it takes to work through whatever they're working through to where they finally decide, all right, this is the right opportunity for us to go ahead and get a divorce. Claressa don't have nothing to do with that bullshit. But even Pap knows he got to be careful because he's out here moving with Big GWOAT. And if Big GWOAT keep talking shit about Remy Ma, Pap don't know what could happen because remember, there's legal ties that still exist, and he's the one out here running around with Big GWOAT. And when it comes to the financial implications, you know, Pap ain't trying to lose no money. Pap is all about his Wu-Tang cream, cha-ching, ching, dollar bill, y'all. And the public perception is a killer. And that shit creates a whole lot of pressure. Now, all of this is happening because there was a long-term relationship that was there with Pap and Remy. You know what I'm saying? And they have a child together. This ain't something you can just log out of, you know? It ain't like being in your computer at night and you log out, shut it down, and then decide the next day you want to turn it back on and log in. Like, that's just not how that shit works. They've been together for a minute. Papoose, he's like, I can't upset her. These are public figures, public reactions. Pap knows, boy, if he says something or Claressa says something or if he moves a kind of way, that's going to become content and it could cause Remy, who's very vocal too, to come out and say something. The bottom line, it creates content. No matter who's doing what, who's saying what. And Papoose doesn't want that because he knows, and I think he's realized now, social media can be your friend, but it can be your enemy. Social media amplifies everything. Everything. Now, this thing, I'm going to tell you right now. Don't upset her. Why would a man in this situation move carefully? You don't want to upset her. Remy already said, tell Clarence, keep my name out of mouth. Papoose is like, man, I got to be careful. He just want to nanu and shit and just disappear. Because he knows that divorce can get complicated. He understands that. You got emotion. If emotions get involved, the legal system gets involved, you lose control. Now, you already heard people, the word on the street, Papoose, is all about control. Controlling things. Got a little bit of, I ain't going to say he got some Janet Jackson in him, but because he ain't nothing feminine about to do, but y'all get it. Control. Emotions get involved, the legal system, lawyers, shit. Unpredictable. Because them lawyers don't give a shit. All they care about is getting money. And that's why the reputation matters. Got to be careful. I watch Papoose, man. I'm watching this whole situation. I'm like, boy, that shit couldn't be me. He probably wake up and he's just like, man, let me not say anything today. Shit, balls on wheels, man. Nah, I ain't saying nothing, man. Let me just like this post carefully. I got to be careful what I'm liking. Let me just not say nothing. I don't even want to go on the internet. I don't want to see. I know I'm going to see something crazy. Shit, I'm just going to breathe quietly. I'm just going to sit over here and just quietly breathe. I don't even want no one to hear me breathing. Like, that's got to be a horrible, horrible way of living, man. But I understand the legal and I understand the optic side of things, If things ever went fully legal, public behavior can affect the perception of those involved. The public behavior can be used in arguments, can influence narratives. So yeah, dating publicly while still married, that's a high risk, high drama strategy. That shit is a problem. I think even Papoose knows, man, I done got myself in a situation here. This girl and I should have just been chilling underneath the radar. Remy knew, I knew, the whole world didn't have to know. Remy and I were separated. She like, you do you, I do me. But you got this girl here, Claressa Shields, big GWOAT with the big mouth. Had to put all this shit out there. Any little piece of information she gets, she want to put it to the world, but then now she want to be in the victim stance and feel everybody doing her dirty. Nobody even talks about her. The only person talking about the gold medals and titles now is her. Nobody even care. No one even sees her as a champion. The boxing doesn't even matter anymore. I'm a diehard boxing fan, diehard boxing channel. Even look how I got kind of absorbed into the bullshit. Because it's so extreme, it's so ridiculous. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone. But that's what happens when somebody like Claressa Shields enters the picture. Because now he got pressure from the other side. This man is out here, he got his wife tell this woman, keep my name out your mouth. Then he got Claressa, big GWOAT, tell her you want a divorce. Papoose is like, shit. He don't know what to do. Because we know what Claressa Shields, as a fighter, all right, we know what she is. She has confidence as a fighter, but as a woman, some people say the confidence isn't quite there. That's why she's always out here fighting for attention and trying to copy Remy's style, She's definitely not the wait quietly type. No, she want him to get that divorce. She want a little GWOAT Jr., little Pap Jr. running around the crib. And Papoose ain't thinking about that shit. And that's the dynamic. It's funny as hell. One side, you got history, marriage, structure. That's what Pap had with Remy. On the other side, you got the present, you got crazy energy, forward momentum. And Papoose is kind of in the middle like, man, can we all just relax and shit? Claressa, I got history with Remy. I'm still married to her. I got a child with her. We got structure over there. Yeah, we're not together, but I mean, come on now. And at the same time, he's like, all right, this is my present situation with Claressa. energy over here is kind of crazy. She want to move forward, but goddamn, everybody just relax. Give me a chance to just, figure out this next step, because I'm walking on eggshells around y'all. You know why? Because it creates tension, man. One relationship represents stability, legacy, past investment. The other represents a new chapter that he may not really want. Could just be a business move, doing what he had to do to get his money. The other represents public attention, which Papoose does not want, but he's stuck in it right now. And he can tell he doesn't enjoy it. But he likes the future possibilities, not as far as a relationship, because of the money, that Wu-Tang cream cha-ching ching dollar bill, yo. So when you take a look at this, he's trying to close one chapter while already reading the next. That's how bookmarks get lost. You can't be out here still closing one chapter and reading the next. He's lost his bookmark, people. That's why the man's on eggshells and sweating and looking crazy. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you could have your cake and eat it too, I mean, whatever. But you can't be out here reading one chapter and not even complete it and be on to the next. You lose your spot. And that's what's happened to him. That's why he's in the breeze and everybody's attacking him. That's why he's nervous. And Claressa put him in that situation. Don't get me wrong, he ain't no victim now. But she decided to put everything public. And that's why he got this back and forth, and it's a back and forth culture. It's the internet. I mean, you ever be out somewhere and see a man and a woman, married couple, and just having a discussion, and maybe they disagreeing on something? What's the first thing people do? Take out their phone and secretly record them and shit. Then you don't go upload it. These people have no idea somebody recorded them, and they uploaded the shit, and it's gone public. A public back and forth, that's the culture we're in. Disagreements don't stay private. They become tweets, interviews, different posts. Shit becomes music. Disagreements and back and forth, man. People love that. And you can see Papoose doesn't want that. Remy didn't want that, but she had to say something because Claressa's been nonstop talking about Remy, disrespecting Remy. They called into my show. Friends cussing Remy, all that. I mean, it's ridiculous. There are people on the internet who took pieces of that show and were trying to take the clips and go out there and play it for views and clicks. I mean, that shit it ain't doing nothing. Nobody give a shit if Claressa friend called into the show, called Remy out of name. But these people, that's what it goes back to, is the back and forth culture. These people out here are so desperate to put some bullshit out. I saw it. Some of those things are still up. That shit don't faze me, man. I just like, you fucking, you want to take the piece where Claressa's friend is calling Remy out of name and put that out and hope that's somehow going to change your life? Well, good. I hope it does. How about you go put some energy into waking up early in the morning, exercising, going out there, whether it's a job and using your money to invest to put you in a better spot, or go and starting a business. Go on out, do something productive with yourself. Because I'm looking at one thing for sure, with all the drama going on with Papoose, Remy, and Claressa, they're trying to do things for themselves. So why don't you all? Because the internet's reaction, these people out here like, I got to get money off of them. And when they do that, people start to pick sides instantly. Narratives form overnight. Memes arrive before the facts. The internet went buck wild when Remy dropped that diss track. Because it was like, boy, they were wondering when she was going to say something. I always tell y'all, man, when people out here talking, the comments coming. And that's what Papoose doesn't want. He doesn't want nothing said about him. He doesn't want it. But he's trying to make two women happy. It's crazy. Now, people have talked about, man, when he out in public, his eyes look bubbly. He looked nervous. He looked scared. You just see the white in his eyeball. He just don't look like he has confidence. See, that's why he has those shades on. Look, I don't know about that. That's your interpretation. But what I do know is he might look nervous publicly, and I'm not saying he is. But for people who perceive it that way, maybe it's because he's in a high-pressure situation. Papoose is under pressure, boy. that man go to New York. The word on the street is Claressa may just pop up. He's in a bad spot. He got multiple expectations. Remy said, if I call, he comes. He's dealing with public scrutiny. That shit, you know what that shit does? It creates careful speech. Matter of fact, you lose your speech. You lose your ability to talk. People ask you something, you just don't say nothing. Your behavior becomes more controlled, and you start to develop low-risk communication, or you just don't communicate at all. Pap is out here, when he get in front of that microphone, he out here like, I just want peace, respectfully, for everyone involved. Amen. You know, I just want peace, man. Amen. Everyone involved, amen. Yeah, no problem, just peace. Of course, respectfully, you want peace. Because they got you on them eggshells. But I ain't gonna lie, I wonder about that agreement. Now, nothing been confirmed, but I wonder if there's some agreement out there with Papoose and Remy and even him and Claressa. I just wonder, what's the agreement? Because I know sometimes couples will stay married legally, live separate lives, and avoid messy splits because of different reasons, family, stability, and financial simplicity, and personal choice, and just to simplify shit. Like, they don't want the bull crap. So I think when I watch this whole thing, it's like, yo, let's not blow this up. Let's just adjust it quietly. But Claressa's trying to blow it up. She is trying to blow it up. She don't care. Well, she's already blown it up. That's why the whole situation just feels uncontrollable. That's why Papa's out here sweating. He know he can't. He know he got 2 live wires. We all know he can't control Claressa. And with Remy, if she decides she wants to do or say something, he can't control her either. And that's because there's a lot of emotion on both sides. The public attention doesn't make it any better than the legal status. For Papoose, man, they know he's just in a bad spot. And his personal identity, his brand has taken a hit. I mean, goddamn, that man fighting emotions, public attention, legal status, personal identity. He's fighting 4 battles at once with 2 different women. And I'm just basically saying, he's like a man trying to keep peace, trying to move forward, not trigger chaos. You know, like, you can tell that's all he's trying to do. Keep peace, move forward, not trigger chaos. He like, please, God, help me with this situation, respectfully. Amen. Let's not take it to the stupid. But I tell you what, no matter how he's trying to not trigger chaos, the internet, they see drama. The internet sees the tension. The internet sees the storylines. And the internet creates additional drama, additional tension, additional storylines. And just when they think they can't talk about anything anymore, they figure out more shit to talk about to create more drama, more tension, more storylines. The internet is gonna internet. I see why people come out here and do what they do because of the clicks and views and money. I just can't go to that extreme as some of these people. I just can't. Maybe if I had an anonymous YouTube channel, then I would go all out. I would, but I just can't do it. That's just too much time and energy, and I ain't made up that way to be out there with all that drama. But the internet is. Anyway, Papoose isn't in a simple situation. He's in a tough one, boy. How's he come out this unscathed? I don't know. If he and Remy divorce, he's going to take shots. People are going to dislike him. They're going to say stuff. He loses. Even though they're not together, he loses. People are going to be saying shit and talking stuff. He just wants to keep the peace. He don't want any problems with Remy. If he divorces Remy and then he's out here trying to get spousal support and he comes out trying to get, properties and money from her, the internet's going to rip him because they're already making him out to be a guy who's a leech and just kind of mooches off of women. So he's in a bad position when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he goes out here and he and Remy divorce and everything works out, no problem, he marries Claressa, he gonna get flack there because people gonna be like, oh my God, how did he go and marry Claressa? You see how she is on the internet, how she has been with children. You see how her family is. Why would you want to go and attach yourself to this kind of woman with that kind of family? And if he has a child with her, you know the internet is going to go berserk. How can you bring a child into a situation with someone like her who obviously has a lot of stuff on her mind, the stuff on her chest, a lot of baggage from when she was a young girl to now? It just, many people's opinion, there's some things that needs to be worked through. But to come and have a little Pap Jr., a little Pap Big GWOAT Jr. running around the crib, and now you got to go somewhere and you got to leave that baby there with her, or maybe both of y'all busy and now that baby's left with her sister Brianna. A little Pap Jr. there with Brianna, or with Charlita. The internet is gonna internet, you know what I'm saying? They're going to come with the drama and the storylines if that was to happen. But I'm going to tell you again, Papoose is not in a simple situation. Remy Ma represents history. She represents structure. She represents that, all right, better leave me alone. Claressa represents forward movement, pressure. I want a baby now. I want to be with child. Pap, come breed me, man, please. But I'm just being as real, you know what I mean? This isn't just drama. This is the shit that happens when relationships evolve, but circumstances don't change, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's happened. His circumstances haven't changed because the relationships evolved, but they're still married. And you got this woman over here who will tell you, 2 gold medals, 19 world titles, 5 weight divisions, man, 3-4 time undisputed. She gonna let you know. So the bottom line, when it comes to Papoose, right now, it's basically that man checking his phone like it's a bomb. He's just looking like, oh, Jesus Christ, what's going to pop up today? Or who going to do what today? Who going to say what today? He's answering questions like it's a court deposition. Remember he was on that show with Claressa with that, I can't remember the lady's name. He was in the audience, and he was talking about how he understands Claressa has to train, and, he tried to give. And she was like, oh, he's just so smart and he's so well-spoken. Hey, yo, hold your horse and stop taking it to the stupid. But that's what happens, man. That's when you're dealing with that tension, you start answering questions like it's a court deposition. Living life like one wrong move and it's all trending. And he does not want that at all. That man better get himself he better figure it out. Next, he done moved out there to Indonesia with goddamn Russell Simmons to find some peace and go out there and become a Buddhist, man. Start chanting. Because Papoose is on eggshells, boy, and he got the serious balancing act going on right now. Would not want to be him. Don't get me wrong. I'll go in there and fry me egg, make me egg omelet. I'll curry egg. I do all kind of shit with eggs. But I ain't going to be walking on no eggshells. I'm too old for that bullshit. Good luck to Papoose, in the breeze.